So session 3 of I Am Who God Says I Am. We've looked so far at the fact that God has created every one of us as a unique creation. And then also that his love for us goes beyond anything that we can imagine. But today I want to look at how we see ourselves. Now, I heard a speaker saying the other day, do we entertain thoughts in our head about ourselves that God doesn't have in his head? If so, who's right? Well, I think the answer is fairly obvious. Yet so many people think of themselves in a way that is quite contrary to the way God sees them. The reason for this is we pick up understanding of ourselves from all those people around us, the people who brought us up, whether they're our biological parents or not. And then there are people like teachers or people in authority over us. There is our schoolmates, there's friends, there's our brothers and sisters, so many people who give us an understanding of who we are by the way we react to them or they react to us. All our experiences in life shape that picture of how we see ourselves. Now, most of us have a mixture of good and bad, but for some people the bad is overwhelming. For others, the good is the one that's most there. Whichever way it is, the more important thing is that we see how God sees us, because that's what really matters. That's who we really are. Now, to those with a low opinion of themselves, perhaps you think you're bad, or nobody could possibly love me, or I don't deserve anything good to ever happen to me. We need to experience the love of God. We need also to recognise that God does not make losers. If we're like that, then it will involve healing of those wounds and past hurts. Healing is something that Jesus wants to do for us because he wants us whole. And what he can do is he can take the pain out of those wounds and replace them with positive things, and then begin to use our bad experiences as a strength. Something we can use to realise we can overcome because we've overcome these things. We can overcome anything in the future. But also we can then be a help to those who are suffering the same thing because we understand it and we know that we can overcome it. If you are in that situation of just feeling bad about everything, then don't be afraid to ask for help, because as Christians that's what we're here to do, and that's what Jesus wants to use us to do, to help one another. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, even those with positive self-esteem, we can harbour thoughts that God does not have. Because some believe, well, I've got all the ability I need to live a good life to be a great success. But then my personal success may not be what God's plan is for me. He's given us, each of us, gifts, but these gifts are to be used for the work of his kingdom. Our personal success is not what really matters in the end. The final question that will be asked for us is, did we fulfil the role that God had for us? Nicky Gumbel on his Alpha tapes says this: you don't want on your tombstone, brilliant performance, but he missed the point. The reality of who we are is that we are a unique creation of God. We are loved more than we can imagine. We have a role to play in God's kingdom. And this is what world history is actually all about. So believe what God says and not what other people say about you.
I have a maker before my heart, before even time began, my life was in his hand. He knows my name, He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls, and hears me when I'm gone. I have a Father. He calls me his own. He'll never leave me, no matter where I go. He knows my